Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to start the another topic of crystal field theory is a spectrochemical series. Up to this, we have discussed the applications of crystal field theory in different geometries, mean octahedral, square planar, as well as tetrahedral geometry. So the application totally based on how ligands and metal electrons are interact with each other. The cause is splitting of d orbital into energy levels. So you see there are two types of field to be considered, strong field and weak field. Strong field condition has large d orbital splitting as compared to weak field conditions. That means the 10 dq value increases in a strong field condition as compared to weak field condition. So after the applications and there is some spectral information is recorded for the particular ligands, and using the spectral information, using the absorption data, the common ligands are arranged in a series, and the series indicates there is a decreases in the 10 dq value or magnitude of 10 dq value from one end to another end. That means the series of ligand which is arranged the according to spectral information. So the ligands at extremely left to be considered as a strong ligand, here consider as a strong ligand, and those ligand which are extremely left to this series called consider as a weak ligand, consider as a weak ligand, and this series called as spectrochemical series. Spectrochemical series means spectra obtained by the complexes due to nature of ligand, due to nature of ligand. So every ligand try with the metal and record their absorption spectra, and when absorption spectra value shows the 10 dq value, it is converted into 10 dq form. So to measuring the 10 dq value, the ligand which has the strong field condition shows strongest or shows the higher strength, shows 10 dq, more 10 dq value or larger 10 dq value as compared to those ligand which having the less or smaller strength in a crystal field, shows lower 10 dq value or small 10 dq value. So such a series of these ligand according to their spectra, spectral information called as spectrochemical series. Spectrochemical series. So here the cyanide is the strongest ligand. After cyanide is the NO2, then orthophenyl, diphenyl, ethylene diamine, ammonia molecule, okay, thiocyanide group, water molecule, oxalato group, hydroxy group, fluoro, chloro, bromo and iodo. So this is the series called as spectrochemical series. So the idea of this series, which is cause the splitting of d orbital, means if two complexes having same metal ion but the ligands are different, shows different value of absorption which is listed in table which is given in book. You clearly see there is a absorption values are different, and absorption value depends on if metal ion is same with common oxidation state, same oxidation state, but the nature of ligand is different, shows the different absorption band due to nature of ligand. So strong ligand mostly cause the higher splitting of d orbital, which result there is a we obtain the large value or highest value of the 10 dq or delta. So this is the spectrochemical series. So if one of the complex having cyanide, another complex having NH3, so you easily compare here, cyanide is the strongest ligand than NH3, means the complex which containing the cyanide shows higher absorption and gives the higher delta value as compared to NH3. So you learn, you understand this series, and using this series we can predicted which complex has higher 10 dq value and which has lower 10 dq value. But there are some conditions, means according to the series, every complex shows the spectral information absorption or 10 dq value is according to this series always not applicable, because of this series is only applicable in common oxidation state. You know, there is a common oxidation state, means if you can consider one of the metal transition series, means first transition series, second transition series, third transition series. So every series has common oxidation state, and you know there is a first transition series from scandium to zinc, plus 3 is the common oxidation state. Plus 3 is the common oxidation state. So for that, the series is applicable only the metal ion having the common oxidation state. But you know the metal shows unusually common oxidation state, means apart from the common oxidation state, some metal has other oxidation states, because there are d block elements, and d block element transition metal has more than one oxidation state, and in all oxidation state one of the oxidation state is common. So one of the oxidation state is common, that means in other oxidation state other than plus 3 oxidation state, if we apply this series, the series is not applicable, because if oxidation states are unusual, metal behave differently, metal ion behave differently, that time influence of ligand is minimized, means the spectral information, spectra or absorption band is not 100 totally depends on nature of ligand, it depends on also oxidation state. It also depends on position of metal ion, what is the charge and size ratio of metal. So the series only applicable for the metal ion which are shows a common oxidation state, not an unusual oxidation state. So this is all about the spectrochemical series. Okay. So next is we are going to move, and which is very important point is so why spectrochemical series is used? It is just to know which complex has higher oxidation, higher absorption band, which has lower absorption band, means 10 dq value. But the condition is the metal should be common in both complexes, just ligand is changed, and both metal having same oxidation state. ऑक्सिडेशन स्टेट सेम असली पाहिजे, मेटल सेम असला पाहिजे, फक्त लिगॅन्ड्स डिफरंट असतील तर फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपण कन्सिडर केलं COCN6 3 minus and CONH36 3 plus. So in both cases cobalt present in plus 3 oxidation state, plus 3 oxidation state. So that means metal is same, oxidation state is same, but what is the change? Here 6 cyanide molecules, here 3 6 cyanide ions, here 6 NH3 molecules. That means cyanide is the strongest in a spectrochemical series as compared to NH3. So cyanide shows higher absorption band and also shows larger splitting of d orbitals, and the result is higher the 10 dq value. So we can predict the which complex shows higher 10 dq value than other in a comparison. So first one shows larger 10 dq value as compared to second one, due to here is a cyanide, here is the NH3. So that's why spectrochemical series is useful to know, to predict them which is higher, which is lower in a common oxidation state with same metal. Next is very important effect is nephroxytic effect. Nephroxytic effect and nephroxytic series, and okay, nephroxytic effect and nephroxytic series. So what is the Naproxetic effect and Naproxetic series? Before going to understand what is the meaning of it, first of all we discussing some points about the complexes. So when we going to studying the effect of Naproxetics, consider as a Naproxetic effect and Naproxetic series, so we compare the complexes. So when we consider the energy level diagram for D2 to D8 system, D2 to D8 system. So that time we just consider the system from D2 to D8, and that time we are going to study their energy level diagrams. You already know when energy level diagram to be considered, this is split into two energy states, and between them there is a 10 dq value. Between them there is a 10 dq value. Suppose we consider octahedral complexes. So here is a Eg, here is a T2G. So this 10 dq value is different for D2 to D8 system. D2 to D8 system, because every system has different number of electron. So here, according to CFT, it is just expected every complex to be considered which having D8 to D2 to D8 system. So that time in a complex and in a free ionic gaseous state, if metal ion is considered, suppose metal containing N plus oxidation state, so if metal ion consider N plus oxidation state, suppose it is a plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, so plus 3 is a common oxidation state. So according to CFT, it is predicted, it is assumed that the metal ion which is in a complex as well as in a free gaseous state, means it is a part of complex and it is not a part of complex, in both condition shows same energies difference between the two energy levels. That means suppose we consider CO NH3 plus, NH3 plus, that means here cobalt present in CO plus 3 oxidation state. So it is the cobalt in a complex ion, and suppose we just consider any cobalt which having the plus 3 oxidation state, it is a free gaseous ion. Okay, so it is a free gaseous ion, means before the interaction with ligand, before interactions with ligand and after interactions with ligand, so here the metal orbitals remains uninteracted and here metal orbitals are interacted, means in a free gaseous state and in a complex form the splitting of two orbitals are here, and the energy difference between two levels are equal according to CFT. But actually the complexes shows different energy in a complex ion form or in a free ion form. The example is COH2O6 is given, COH2O 6 3 plus is given. So this complex has the energy, it is 657 per centimeter. What is the energy difference between the two energy state? It is a 657 per centimeter, and the value is less, it is less 64%, or it is only 64% of the free ion state. So it is just 64%, means here it is near about 980 per centimeter. So what is the observation? In a complex ion, the energy difference, the energy between the two energy between the two levels are 657 per centimeter, and in a free ion state, free gaseous ion state, it has 980. So what is the reason? In a free state, the energy difference is large, but when after the formation of complex, the energy difference is decreases up to 657 per centimeter. So what is the reason? Why this happen? So the reason is it is a free ion. So here more interionic, or it is a more repulsion between the electrons, of cobalt 3 plus. So that's why they cause the larger splitting to avoid the repulsion between them. Once a complex is formed, the metal is interacted or pointed with the ligands. And when it pointed as a ligand, suppose we consider metal has the orbital, metal has the orbital d orbital. So here is a positive, here is a positive, here is a negative, here is a negative. So there is a number of d orbital, 5 d orbitals. So every d orbital has some electrons. So to avoid this repulsion, the splitting is larger. Splitting is larger because electrons are lie more close to each other. So that's why the splitting is larger. That means it shows large difference between the two energies. But what in complex, what happen in a complex? Once complex is formed, according to this series, means according to CFT, both having same energy. But actually the energy is decreases here between the two energy states, two energy levels. The energy difference is decreases in a complex as compared to free ion state. It is the experimental observed values. It is observation. But actually CFT says in both condition there are no difference in two energy levels. So actually energy difference is changed, it is decreases. Why it decreases? The reason is when metal interact with ligand. So ligand is there, ligand has particular orbital. Okay, ligand has particular orbital. It is p orbital or d orbital depending on availability. So if here is a ligand, it is just pointing with this. When complex is formed, these orbital come close to each other. These orbitals are come close to each other. Means in a complex, suppose here are the electrons, here are the electrons are shifted in orbitals of metal, in orbitals of metal. So that time it is the expansion of d orbital, it is the expansion of d orbital. So cloud expansion we consider as a cloud expansion, or it is an expansion of d orbital. So if there is an expansion of d orbital because the interactions with ligand, so that time electrons are of metal ion are go away from the metal, and the reason is they decreases the repulsion between them. So that's why the energy difference between two states, two energy levels are decreases. एनर्जी डिक्रीज होते का होते? Before formation of complex, metal electron remains in a particular orbitals. The orbital shows internuclear repulsion. To avoid this repulsion, electrons or energy states after splitting goes in large difference. त्याच्यामध्ये लार्ज डिफरन्स होतो कारण की रिपल्शन अवॉइड करण्यासाठी. पण ज्यावेळेस कॉम्प्लेक्स तयार होतं त्यावेळेस लिगेंडच्या ऑर्बिटल्स ह्या क्लोज असतात, म्हणून हे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इकडे शिफ्ट होतात. कोणाकडे? लिगेंड ऑर्बिटलकडे. म्हणजे डी ऑर्बिटलचं किंवा डी इलेक्ट्रॉनचं काय झालं? एक्सपान्शन झालं, क्लाउडिंग एक्सपान्शन. बिफोर इट देर इज अ क्लाउडिंग इज हिअर, but due to this the clouding is expansion, the area more space is available. So before in a free ion state there is a clouding area, but due to this more environmental is available, so this is the expansion area. So d electrons are expanded, and if d electrons are expanded, that means they are away from the metal ion. If they are away from metal ion, every electron goes, some electrons goes here, some electrons goes here, this way there is a expansion. So this expansion means, suppose here is a metal has this area, this is the clouding, but due to ligand environment the clouding is available, more clouding is available due to surrounding ligands. Why this happen? Because of ligand orbitals and metal orbitals are overlap. This is not a point, it is a part of assumptions of CFT. CFT says it is a purely electrostatic force, but actually there is a overlapping, slight overlapping between the metal orbitals and ligand orbital. Due to this the electrons of metal are shifted towards the metal. This is a delocalization, this is the delocalization of the metal orbital, metal electrons to the ligand electron, ligand orbital. This delocalization is happen when there is a partly overlapping is there. If there is a no overlapping, no clouding expansion, because of our ligand orbitals and metal orbitals are away from each other. But actually due to this it is clearly seen there is a some partly overlapping between the metal orbitals and ligand orbitals. Due to this, expansion is possible. This clouding expansion called as Nephroxytic effect. This expansion of cloud, d electron cloud, is called as Nephroxytic effect. Nephroxytic means cloud expansion. Cloud expansion. This is the Greek word which is used, Nephroxytic. So the effect called as Nephroxytic effect. So there is some common ligands. So this effect is due to when there is an expansion from, suppose here consider metal, this is the in a gaseous state and this is in a complex form. This expansion, why this happen? आता expansion होतंय कोणामुळे होतंय तर तो जो लिगँड आहे तो एक स्पेस अवेलेबल करून देतोय कोणाला, मेटलच्या इलेक्ट्रॉन्सला. म्हणजे मेटलचे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हे डिलोकलाइज होत आहे मेटल वरनं लिगँडकडे. आणि दिस डिलोकलायझेशन ज्यावेळेस होणार आहे, सपोज आपण मेटलची ऑर्बिटल कन्सिडर केली आणि इथं लिगँडची ऑर्बिटल कन्सिडर केली तर हे पॉइंटली जस्ट ओव्हरलॅपिंग असेल. म्हणजे इथला इलेक्ट्रॉन्स काय होईल, जो आधी गॅसियस स्टेटमध्ये त्याला स्पेस नव्हता पण याच्या ओव्हरलॅपिंगमुळे स्पेस भेटला आणि दिस इज द पाथ. द पाथ इज अवेलेबल हिअर, means this electron slightly delocalized here. So this delocalization makes or to make the electrons are more away from this nucleus. That's why if one of the electrons is here, it is this way. So these electrons before that they are close, but after that this way there is a delocalization, this way there is a delocalization, means these two electrons go away from each other as well as go away from the nucleus. So the reason is this delocalization make less repulsion, and there is a less repulsion means less splitting. If less splitting means less energy differences. If before that there is a more interactions, more energy, so to avoid it more splitting is required, so more splitting. So in a free state there is a larger value between them, and in a complex ion form there is a less value between two energy states. So this is the Nephroxytic effect, and the ligands which are arranged in a such way that they shows larger expansion. So larger expansion shown by the ligands, nature of ligand. So here the ligands are arranged like that. So here I minus is greater than Br minus, then Cn minus is equal to Cl minus. Okay, after this there is a En, then C2O4 2 minus, then NH3H2O, so NH3H2O and then F minus. So it is the increasing order, means this shows large clouding. This shows large clouding, here shows small clouding. Small clouding. So larger clouding due to iodine. Iodine ची साईज जास्त असते आणि त्याच्यावरती चार्ज हा 1 आहे, म्हणजे ॲज कम्पेअर टू F मायनस अँड I मायनस. इट इज अ स्मॉलर विथ हाय चार्ज, लार्जर विथ स्मॉल चार्ज. चार्ज एकच आहे पण साईज याची स्मॉलर आहे, याची जास्त आहे. साईज जेवढी जास्त असेल तेवढं त्या मेटल इलेक्ट्रॉनचं डिलोकलायझेशन होणार ओव्हर ऑन द लिगँड, over on metal ligand orbitals. So more delocalization here, that means less repulsion between the electrons, which cause the smaller splitting. So if we compare, the one of the ligand is fluorine, another is iodine, so here less energy difference between the two energy levels, and here more energy difference between. So this is the decreasing order. So this is a decreasing, this is the iodine has highest clouding as compared to fluorine. So this is the reason. This is the Nephroxytic effect, and the series called as Nephroxytic series. This series called as Nephroxytic series. So it is all about the Nephroxytic series. Next point we are going to discuss, it is the last point, is it is the limitations. It is the limitations of CFT. limitations of CFT. So every theory has some advantages, also has some limitations, and to overcome of limitations of one of the theory is opportunity to invent the new theory, okay, or to modification of the theory. So basically the coordination chemistry started from Werner's theory, then Sidgwick model, after that crystal field theory, valence bond theory, this introduced hybridization, after that CFT, because CFT mostly overcome the limitations of VBT. VBT overcomes some limitations of Werner's theory. So this is the sequence. After that, the next, it is the limitation. We are going to understand the what are the limitations, and these limitations are overcome by the next theory, which is the ligand field theory. It is the molecular approach of the theory to with the between the metal and ligand. Molecular theoरीचा जो approach आहे तो metal आणि ligand मध्ये होणार आहे. So next theory is ligand field theory, which is the expansion, which is the modification of the crystal field theory. Crystal field theory, it is totally related to the electrostatic interactions between the metal and ligand. So which are the limitations we are going to discuss one by one here. So first limitation is, it is take account only for the d orbitals. There is no any consideration of s and p orbital, because metal has 3 orbital, d orbital, s orbital and p orbital. So metal has d orbital, s orbital and p orbital, but the theory is only accounted regarding only d orbital. There is no any consideration of s and p. But VBT is also useful theory, and in VBT, once a complex is formed, there is overlapping of orbital, hybridization of orbital. It is the proof. Hybridization is proof. Yes, there is a geometry, there is a hybridization. In some cases, VBT fails, but this theory, there is no any consideration about the s and p orbital. So this is the limitation. Second is, it is the consider ligand as a point charge. It consider as only ligand as a point charge. That means it is the purely 100% ionic bond is formed. It consider only 100% ionic bond. Okay, it consider as a 100% ionic bond, means ligand is a point charge, but actually there is a partly covalent bond also formed between the metal and ligand, and it is observable. So there is the limitation. The ligand theory is only accountable, and it only predict there is a 100% covalent bond between the metal and ligand. This is the limitation. Actually it is not happen. Some complexes having the partly covalent bond between them. Third is, it does not consider the possibility of covalent bonding. It is only considered as the possibility of ionic bonding. But I already told you, the theory is only regarding, and theories assume that the bond between metal and ligand is purely electrostatic. It is purely ionic bond, but actually there is some covalent bonding also exists, but it is not to be considered because of there is no s orbital, no p orbital, as well as there is no ligand orbitals to be considered to explain the complexes. It only accountable for the d electrons, d orbitals. There is no s orbital, no p orbital, or there is no ligand orbitals to be considered. And when metal orbital and ligand orbitals are partly overlap with each other, they shows the covalent bonding, and covalent bonding is not considered here, and this is the limitation. It does not account the possibility of formation of double bonds. We already discussed in VBT, it is possible complexes, in a complexes, metal and ligand form. What is the 3? It only consider ionic bond. There is no information about the covalent bonding. Fourth, it does not account about double bond. It does not account about the double bond. Means there is the double bond formed between the metal and ligand, and it is the acceptable. It is the there is in many cases the metal and ligand form the multiple bonds, but how multiple bonds are formed between the metal and ligand, which is really present, will not explain by the crystal field theory. So this is the one of the limitations of crystal field theory. Then nephloxytic effect is really given the information about the covalent bonding, because there is a cloud expanding, and when cloud expanding is possible if metal orbitals and ligand orbitals are partly overlapping. If there is a overlap, the ligand electrons are delocalized. Other than there is a no space, no path is available for the delocalization of metal electrons. Is if metal electrons are delocalized, that means overlapping is possible, and overlapping is exist. But with CFT, there is no any information about the overlapping of metal orbitals with ligand orbitals. That means if such type of orbitals exist, it is clearly shows there is a partly covalent bonding formed between the metal and ligand. But this covalent bonding is really present, will not explain by the CFT. So this is the another limitation. And last one is it cannot be account the back bonding, means multiple bonding. How back bonding is possible in a complex is not explained by the CFT. It is very well explained by the VBT. So some point we consider from VBT, some point we will be consider from the CFT. So we consider all the theories together, and then we can easily explain the bonding between the complexes. Their other property we can easily predict using if we gather the some important points, important assumptions of all the theories. Okay, and last one is it cannot be explained the charge transfer spectra and intensity of the absorption. Suppose there is a absorption, so this way we obtain this type of spectra. So the highest absorption is here, but some absorption bands also here. So this is the highest absorption band we consider. So here is the intensity. Okay, there is a intensity. So intensities of the absorption band is not explained by the CFT, but the next theory which is used to overcome this limitation is ligand field theory. So the modification of this is ligand field theory. So ligand field theory is used to explain certain things, number of things, because if there is a covalent bonding is present between the complex, this is very helpful to know the number of properties. फक्त आयोनिक बॉन्डिंग वरती सगळ्या प्रॉपर्टी आपण एक्सप्लेन करू शकत नाही, प्रिडिक्ट करू शकत नाही. काही प्रॉपर्टी ज्या असतात कॉम्प्लेक्सच्या ह्या कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्डिंगवर डिपेंड करतात, आणि कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्डिंग इज नॉट कन्सिडर हिअर. दॅट मीन्स CFT इज नॉट 100% युजफुल to know the properties of the complexes. So to know the properties of complexes, covalent bonding also important, but here there is no any consideration about the covalent bonding is formed between the metal and ligand. So that's why the theory is limited, their applications are limited. It is accepted, but only in some point, but some other points in other parameters theories fails to explain. That's why their modification is considered as a ligand field theory, and this theory was introduced by Orgel. Orgel well explained the bonding between metal and ligand. So we will you can understand this theory in your PG syllabus, in PG core level. So the theory is introduced in inorganic chemistry, ligand field theory. So but up to undergraduate there is only CFT. So the chapter is finished here. In next lecture we solve some problems, and after it we are going to discuss the molecular orbital theory for the coordination complexes. So we stop here.